I own 17 Velixir fragrances, but only 10 made my list. And number one even surprised me. This one almost didn't make the list, but something about it I can't ignore. Apollo by Velixir. This is a wonderful alternative to YSL Y's EDP. It is not a one-to-one of it, but it does have that really nice blue fragrance feel. The ginger is a little bit more subdued and you have yourself a lot more celery sage. Some people say that YSL Y EDP has a little bit too much of a blue fragrance, a little bit too much of a simplicity, and this adds just a little bit more complexity to it with a little bit better longevity. If you like fragrances that will get you noticed, you need to pay attention to this one. Concordia by Velixir. Think of Louis Vuitton's Symphony, but a little bit more masculine. And what I mean by that is the original Symphony can be a little unisex and lean to the femme side. This is a little unisex that leans masculine. The reason for that is the grapefruit is not as strong and there's more ginger in this version. So guys, if you're iffy on Symphony, just get yourself Concordia. It costs a lot less as well as the longevity is a lot longer. This might be the most underrated fragrance of the entire lineup. Orian by Velixir. Now Orian to me is the best interpretation of Parfums de Marly Altair. It smells exactly the same from the top all the way down to the dry down. And I know this firsthand because I have a first edition at 1201 bottle of Altair when it first came out. The only reason why I think that this is underrated is because there's so many different interpretations of that fragrance that sometimes it just gets pushed to the back burner. But if you're looking to have an exact one-to-one of Parfums de Marly Altair, get yourself Orian by Velixir. I didn't expect to like this one as much as I did. Aries by Velixir. Just to let y'all know, I've never smelled the original, but this right here smells so good to me that I had to put it on this list. It is bright, creamy, and dirty all at the same time. I get a minimum 6 hours with this fragrance, and that's even when I first got it before it matured. Plus the first day I got it and wore it out, I did get a compliment with it. So if you're looking for a fresh and clean outside of the norm of a normal freshie, but still is very bright, get your hands on Aries by Velixir. This is where ranking these fragrances gets a little difficult. Poseidon by Velixir. The reason why it is difficult is because it is one of the best interpretations of Louis Vuitton's Afternoon Swim. And the only reason I have it further down here on the list is because the original, I would naturally put it further down on this list as well. This is a bright, beautiful summer style of ginger and orange. Perfect for going in the beach, and it works very well with salt water. I would tell people over and over, do not get the original and get this one, especially if you want to have better longevity, if you still want to smell good and you want to save hundreds of dollars in your pocket. Now at 5, here are fragrances that I would actually buy again. And this one I actually bought twice. Galatea by Velixir. To me, this is one of the best gourmand fragrances for men and women on the market right now. Think of a bakery and biscuits and bread and vanilla and nutmeg. It is beautiful without being cloying. Something that guys can wear with a lot of dark fragrances and women can just wear at any time. So if you want to smell sweet without annoying everybody, if you want to smell good and have this as an amazing layer, get your hands on Galatea by Velixir. Now this fragrance is dangerously easy to wear. Uranus by Velixir. Me personally, I prefer this over the original. And not being a one-to-one is actually a good thing. Uranus is Velixir's interpretation of Louis Vuitton's Meteor. But the main difference is they made it a little bit more spicy and they upped the neroli in it. To me, fixing the main issue that Meteor had, I always thought that it needed just a little bit more spice, a little bit more pepper, a little bit more cardamom, and they added this to it. And by giving it a little bit more of that neroli, it added just a slight bit of greenness to it. So if you want, in my opinion, a better version of Meteor, get yourself Uranus by Velixir, and plus it has a lot better longevity. We are in the top 3, and this one has a very specific reason for being here. Paladin by Velixir. Paladin by Velixir is here because it is the best interpretation of Valentino's Born Aroma Intense. Valentino's Born Aroma Intense is my wife's favorite version of the whole line, but it has a problem. The main issue that it has is longevity. On my skin, it maybe get about an hour, maybe, and on clothes, roughly 30 minutes. But this right here gives me a minimum 5.5 to 6 hours, and on clothes, it can stretch up to 9. So if you want to smell like that Valentino Born Aroma Intense, but you don't have the longevity for it, I would say go ahead and get yourself Paladin by Velixir because it is a perfect interpretation of it. Now, I went back and forth between the two best Velixir fragrances, and it was between this one and number 1. Icarus by Velixir. Icarus is basically blue talisman, same juice in a different bottle. You will not be able to discern the difference at all. Not on skin, not on paper, not in the air. The longevity is just about the same as well as the projection is a little bit better than the original. So if you already have a bottle like I do, but you don't want to buy another one because it runs empty like mine is right now, get your hands on Icarus. Trust me, nobody will be able to tell the difference. This is the Velixir fragrance that I wear when I can't think of anything else to wear. And that's the reason why it's the best one of the entire line. Demeter by Velixir. Demeter is simply beautiful. It is a mix of multiple fragrances. To me, it's a mix of Parfums de Marly Greenly, Parfums de Marly Sedley, and Torino 21 by Axnelio. It has Greenlee's greenness, the bright citrusy feel of Sedley, and some of the green and the base notes of Torino 21 with that beautiful spearmint. It sits close to the skin, but that doesn't mean that it is a skin scent, and I have gotten a multitude of different compliments from it. I got compliments from, you smell good, it is very fresh, it's really nice hotel shower gel, and I even gotten a compliment that said, this is the best smelling men's summer fragrance they have ever smelled. All from this fragrance. And that's why this is my number one. So everyone, let me know in the comments, how do you feel about my list? Do you have where certain things should be in different places? Also, make sure to like, share, and subscribe so I can continue to give you this great content. And give me other ideas of videos that y'all would like to see because I'm a man of the people and I'm here to help y'all out whenever I can.